From the very first moment I saw her, I knew something was wrong. Not with her, but with the way my heart reacted. It wasn't supposed to hurt like that for a stranger. It wasn't supposed to feel as if I had stumbled into a story that would change me forever. Yet there I was, standing in the middle of a crowded campus courtyard, holding a bouquet I never planned to buy, waiting for a girl I had never actually met. Because my friends thought it would be funny to set me up on a blind date as a dare. A joke, a pointless prank. What I didn't know then was that the moment she slowly approached me, moving carefully on one functioning leg with a quiet determination in her eyes, my life was about to crack wide open. Before we go deeper, if you believe in kindness, unexpected connections, and second chances, please like this video, drop a comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Your support keeps stories like this alive. Her name was Liana, and she was nothing like the prank my friends intended. She wasn't someone to laugh at, or pity, or walk away from. She was a quiet storm wrapped in gentleness, a girl who carried her pain with a grace that felt almost unfair to witness. Half of her body, her left side, was partially paralyzed from an accident years ago, leaving her movements slow, sometimes shaky, but always purposeful. Her beauty wasn't loud or obvious. It was the kind you noticed only when you actually looked, really looked, beyond the surface. But I wasn't prepared. Not prepared for the weight of my own shame, the heaviness in my chest as I realized the truth. I had been tricked into coming here, and she had been waiting for someone who genuinely wanted to meet her. She didn't know about the prank. She thought I showed up because I wanted to. And as she smiled, nervous, hopeful, fragile, my guilt crashed into me like a wave. The first few minutes were painfully awkward. My conscience roared louder with each passing second. I told myself I should leave, end the joke, walk away before I accidentally hurt her more, but something inside me wouldn't let me. I stayed. I listened to her speak about her classes, her dreams of becoming a special needs therapist, her quiet love for art, and her fear of being a burden to anyone she let into her life. Her vulnerability wasn't weakness, it was courage I didn't know how to face. And slowly, as the minutes turned into hours, I felt the prank dissolving into something else, something terrifying, something real. But when she learned about the prank, because secrets like that never stay buried, everything shattered. She didn't scream, she didn't cry. She simply looked at me with eyes that had seen too much disappointment, too many exits, too many reasons not to trust. And then she said the words that carved themselves permanently into my memory, "You don't have to stay if it's pity." The silence that followed felt heavier than 1,000 accusations. I tried to explain, stumbling through words that sounded empty even to me. I told her everything changed once I met her. I told her she wasn't the prank, my friends were. But explanations meant nothing when her heart had already built walls around itself. She withdrew quietly, gracefully, the way people do when they're used to being left behind. Over the next few days, she avoided me. Not out of anger, but out of protection. Of herself, from me, from the world that had taught her to expect disappointment as a natural outcome of hope. But I couldn't walk away anymore. Something about her had lodged itself in my chest, refusing to leave. So I tried. I showed up at the art building where she spent her afternoons. I left small notes, simple, sincere lines telling her what her presence had sparked in me. I apologized again and again, not to earn forgiveness, but to show her that someone could be consistent, patient, steady. Weeks passed before she finally spoke to me again, her voice soft but firm, telling me she didn't want pity, didn't want to be someone's charity, didn't want to be the good deed in someone's moral story. She wanted honesty, she wanted dignity, she wanted to matter for who she was, not for what she lacked. I promised her that. And for once in my messy life, I meant every word. Slowly, painfully, she began to let me stay. We spent long evenings walking, her slow steps setting a pace that taught me patience I didn't know I had. We talked about fear and loneliness, about how people only saw her disability and not her dreams, about how I spent my whole life hiding behind confidence I didn't actually feel. In her presence, I learned how to be gentle. I learned how to listen. I learned that strength isn't in perfection but in endurance. in trying every day even when your own body fights you. Our connection grew not like an explosion, but like dawn, soft, gradual, warming everything it touched. I watched her paint vibrant worlds on blank canvases, using the limited mobility of her left hand as a testament to her will rather than a limitation. I watched her laugh, her smile brighter than anything I believed I deserved, and somewhere along the way, the boy who showed up because of a prank became the man who couldn't imagine a day without her. But love, real love, comes with trials. She pushed me away more than once, fearing I would eventually get tired, embarrassed, or overwhelmed by her challenges. And I had to fight not only her doubts but my own, the fear of failing her, of not being enough, of saying or doing the wrong thing. Yet every time I stood beside her as she took unsteady steps or braced herself against frustration, I realized something powerful. Loving someone doesn't require perfection, just presence. Our story wasn't dramatic in the flashy sense. It was made of small victories, quiet moments, and the miracle of two broken people learning how to be whole together. And in the end, when she finally let herself believe that I wasn't staying out of pity, she whispered the words that changed everything. That she loved me not because I stayed, but because I understood. If this story touched your heart even a little, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your engagement helps these stories reach more people who might need a reminder that love and kindness still exist. Before the ending, I have one special request. Comment below the moment in the story that hit you the hardest. And as for Liana and me, the joke that was supposed to embarrass me became the beginning of a love story that saved us both. Sometimes life tricks you into meeting the person you were meant to find all along. Sometimes the broken path is the one that leads you home.